Hi guys, salamat sa inyong ginagawang patuloy na pagsubaybay dito sa ating discussions about surveying. At ang ating topic ngayon ay itong unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curves. Sa topic na ito guys ay maunawaan natin kung bakit kinakailangang mag-resort tayo sa unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curves at how do we determine the different elements of vertical parabolic curves, lalong-lalo na yung location at elevation ng highest or lowest point. At magsimula tayo guys sa pamamagitan ng pag-discuss bakit ba natin kailangang gumamit ng unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curves. So when do we use unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curves? Sabi dito, whenever and wherever there are requirements for vertical clearance or other geometric constraints such as limiting the length of the curve on one side of the point of intersection of tangents or called the vertex, then unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curves is used. And imagine natin that we have here a back tangent having a grade equal to g sub 1. This back tangent is intersected at this point by another tangent called the forward tangent, whose grade is represented by g sub 2 at the point of intersection called PVI. Then a curve is drawn such that the length of the curve on the left, represented by L sub 1, will locate our point of the vertical curvature. And on the right side of the point of intersection of tangents, we have a length equal to L sub 2, and from here we establish the point called the PVT. Then this when we connect this PVC and PVT by straight line, this will define where will be our parabolic curve will pass, because at the middle of this line joining PBI and this line will be our location of a point where our curve will run or will pass, so that our parabolic curve will run in this direction from this point up to that point. In order for us to be able to draw the relationship between the elements of an unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curve, let us imagine that this point be called as our point A, this point be called as point B, this point as point C, and this point as point D. Now, if this back tangent shall be extended beyond PVI, up to a certain point, beyond or above the point of the PVT, so that we have here the extension of the line, and this line therefore would have also a slope equal to g sub 1, and then from the PVC or the point C, we try to draw a vertical line so that it will cross this line, and let us imagine that this point be called as point A. Furthermore, let us imagine that another line drawn at point B, a horizontal line, so that it will cross the line EC, and at the point of intersection of the two lines, let us call this point as point F. Because this is a horizontal line, we would expect therefore that this length will also be equal to L sub 2. So that we can compute for the value or the distance between E to F, and that E to F will be equal to the product of the slope of the back tangent multiplied by L sub 2, while this distance F to C will be equal to the product of this slope multiplied by the horizontal distance, and that is equal to G2 L sub 2. So that the total length, total distance from point E to point C will be the sum of the two distances, hence this will be equal to, when added, will be equal to G1 minus G2 multiplied by L sub 2. So after we have shown the distances between EC and all other elements, so we can now start by deriving the formula for the height of the parabola. and in the height of the parabola, okay, we can consider the similar triangles ABD and AEC. This triangle ABD, represented by this yellow colored triangle, is similar to triangle AEC, represented by this green colored triangle. And using the property of similar triangle, okay, their sides being proportional, therefore, okay, the distance BD is to the length L sub 1 is proportional to the vertical distance AC is to the total length of the parabola, represented by the sum of L1 and L2. Hence, you have AC over L1 plus L2. But BD in the figure is equal to twice of the height. And AC is the sum of G1 minus G2 multiplied by L sub 2. So that if the two shall be substituted, then our equation becomes 2H over L sub 1 is equal to the quantity G1 minus G2 multiplied by L sub 2 over L sub 1 plus L sub 2. And if we will simplify and express the equation in terms of H, or solve for H, therefore our value for H will be equal to the product of the quantity G1 minus G2 multiplied by L1, L2 divided by 2 times the quantity L1 plus L2. And from here, we can now substitute the value of whatever given or elements in the symmetrical vertical, unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curve to determine the value of H. Okay. Then from here we can also derive the formula for the location of the highest point. Okay, remember that if we will be drawing at this point, H at this point below the vertex, I slope and let this slope be called as G sub 3. So let's imagine that we have here a slope G sub 3, drawn at the curve at the station below the vertex of the parabola. So that you will have here G sub 3, you also have here our G sub 3. And you will note that the unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curve is actually consisting of two successive symmetrical vertical parabolic curve. Itong ating unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curve, kung titingnan natin, ay binubuo ng dalawang symmetrical vertical parabolic curve, one of which can be shown by this parabolic curve on the left, whose height will be equal to H sub 1 and whose L is equal to L sub 1. If this will be a symmetrical vertical parabolic curve having the slope of the back tangent equal to G sub 1 and the slope of the forward tangent equal to G sub 3, then the equation for the value of the height, we are going to solve for the height, being equal to L over 2, L sub 1 over 2 from PVC can be computed from the relationship using symmetrical vertical parabolic curve that LH is equal to L over 8 times the quantity G1 minus G2, where in this formula, G2 represents the slope of the forward tangent. But because we have here the symmetrical vertical parabolic curve which was taken from an unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curve and whose slope of the forward tangent is given by G sub 3, therefore this H may be replaced by H sub 1 and G sub 2 may be replaced by G sub 3, so that the equation for H will be equal to H sub 1 equal to L sub 1 over 8 multiplied by the quantity G sub 1 minus G sub 3. And if we're going to consider the value of H or H sub 1 using the squared property of the parabola, where the distance of this point is L sub 1 over 2 from PVC, or the point of intersection of the tangent and the curve. Hence, using the squared property of the parabola, we can say that H sub 1 is to L sub 1 squared is proportional to the value of H is to L sub 1 squared. And if we will be simplifying or expand or taking the square of L sub 1 over 2, and then simplifying, we shall be getting the relation that h sub 1 is equal to h over 4. So it follows therefore that this height of the parabola or smaller parabola on the left side of the tangent is just 1/4 of the total height of the unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curve. Now considering the other symmetrical parabolic curve on the right side of the vertex, you will note that this parabola would have a height equal to h sub 2 and a length equal to L sub 2. The position of this height from the point of intersection of the tangent will be equal to L sub 2 over 2. Now, considering the same concept that the height of the parabola being equal to L over 8 multiplied by the slope of the back tangent minus the slope of the forward tangent, knowing that in the parabola on the right side of the vertex, the back tangent becomes our g sub 3 and the forward tangent is our g sub 2, where h will be our h sub 2 and the length is given here as our L sub 2. So that if all of this will be substituted in the formula, then we shall have a value of h equal to L sub 2 over 8 multiplied by the quantity g sub 3 minus g sub 2. But then again, okay, we can compute for the value of h in terms of the height of this unsymmetrical vertical parabola using the concept of the squared property of the parabola, where the h is to L sub 2 square is proportional to the height of the unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curve divided by L sub 2 square. Now, if this will be simplified, then we shall have a value of h sub 2 also equal to h over 4. It follows therefore that the two heights of the symmetrical vertical parabolic curves on the two sides of the vertex have the same heights equal to h over 4. And furthermore, when we draw a slope at the point just below the vertex, we will be able to use that in defining or in determining where is the location of the highest point. As you would note here, the slope of the curve at the stationing of the vertex will establish the position of the highest point, whether this is located to the left or to the right of the vertex. And to show that explanation, let us imagine that we have here a parabola, and on the parabola, let us imagine that we consider 3 points, so that we have here the first point, 1 point at the vertex, and the other point to the right of the highest point. Assuming that all of these points are points on the parabola, and imagine that if this will be the point exactly at the point of the intersection of vertex, and we try to imagine drawing tangents at all of these points, then we say that we have here the slope of the point to the left of the highest point, the slope of the point or the curve exactly at the highest point, and this will be the slope of the curve at the point on the right side of the highest point. Now, if we're going to examine the slope here, we would say that when the slope is horizontal represented by a magnitude equal to 0, then the point is exactly the location of the highest point. Ba? And then if we have here a slope that is greater than 0, when we say greater than 0, it is positive, and this is indicated by this slope. It is directed, pointed up to the right. Therefore, where do you see the location of the highest point? You can find that the location of the highest point is somewhere located on its right, as you would see here. When g is greater than 0, then the highest point is somewhere on its right. Whereas if our g will be directed down to the right, or simply it is negative, you can find that the location of the highest point is somewhere on its left, and as shown in the figure. So how are we going to use this concept? The location of the highest point given the slope of the point, slope of the curve at any particular point. So in here, let us imagine that, okay, we will consider the parabolic curve on the left of the vertex. Where is that parabolic curve? Let us imagine that we draw again that parabolic curve. Okay, here is the parabolic curve on the left of the vertex. And here is our G sub 3. Isn't it? And so, finding the value of H sub 1 as we have just computed a while ago, being this being equal to L sub 1 over A times G1 minus G3. And because H sub 1 is equal to H over 4, therefore we can substitute that to H sub 1 and solve for the value of G sub 3. So that from here, we can have the formula or the magnitude of the G sub 3 being the difference between G1 and the ratio of 2H over L1, or simply it is equal to G1 minus 2H over L sub 1. Now, when we substitute the values of this G1, H, and L sub 1, and it so happened that if our G sub 3, as indicated here, is less than 0, so this becomes negative. Therefore, what can we say about the location of HP? Yung location daw ng HP will be on this side of the parabola. Narito siya mismo sa side of the parabola or on the left side of the vertex. Hence, we can solve for its location using the formula that we have just learned in our asymmetrical vertical parabolic curve, that S sub 1 is equal to the grade of the back tangent multiplied by L sub 1, divided by the quantity, the difference between the grade of the back tangent minus the grade of the forward tangent. Or simply, this is actually equal to, if you're going to remember the relationship, that is G1 multiplied by L sub 1 over G1 minus G sub 2. So that if you are going to establish that point, our position of the highest point can be found somewhere here, right? And the location of this highest point can be established as can be referred from this PVC, and that distance will be equal to S sub 1, and that this S sub 1 may be computed using this formula. Now, because our forward tangent is represented by G sub 3, so let us try to substitute the value. So you have here S sub 1 being equal to G sub 1, L sub 1, over G sub 1 minus G sub 3. G sub 3 being now the slope of the forward tangent. But because G sub 3 is already taken at or having a magnitude equal to G sub 1 minus 2H over L sub 1, therefore yung ating S sub 1 will be equal to the value of G1 L1 divided by the quantity, or G1 minus the quantity G1 minus 2H over L sub 1. If we will be removing the parentheses, therefore G sub 1 will cancel, the negative multiplied by negative becomes positive, and this becomes a numerator. And so you would have here a value of S sub 1 equal to G1 times L1 square over 2H. Ito ngayon yung ginagamit nating formula kapag daw yung value ng G1 is less than 2H over L sub 1, because if G1 will be less than 2H over L sub 1, the magnitude or the direction of this will be directed down at tamang-tama. It will be found on this part. Diba? Okay. What about if G3 is positive? Ano ngayon ang ibig sabihin ng G3 is positive? The HP is on the right side of the vertex. Diba? And then we can solve for its location using S sub 2. Diba? Using the same concept that it is equal to the forward tangent multiplied by the length of the curve divided by the slope of the forward tangent minus the slope of the back tangent. Diba? So, kung titinan natin yan, yung ating G sub 3 o back tangent will become G sub 3. And then, let us now try to draw it, show it in our illustration. Now, solving for G sub 3 in terms of L sub 2 and G sub 2 by considering the parabola on the right side. Let us try to bring back our parabola here, and let us try to redraw the parabola. Imagining that our parabola will look like this one. Here is our G sub 3. G sub 3. If G sub 3 will be positive, it will be inclined up to the right. Considering that our h sub 2 is equal to L sub 2 over 8, okay, multiplied by G sub 3 minus G sub 2. When we substitute the value of h sub 2 equal to h sub 4, then we shall be getting a value of h sub 4 equal to L sub 2 over 8 multiplied by G sub 3 minus G sub 2. Okay, and so simplifying and solving for G sub 3 here, we can say that G sub 3 will be equal to G sub 2 plus 2h over L sub 2. And then if we are to locate, locate natin yung ating h sub p. H sub p may be somewhere here, whose distance from PVC or PBT will be equal to S sub 2. Na ang formula is G sub 2 L sub 2 minus divided by G sub 2 minus G sub 3. So that if this will be substituted here, okay, substitute natin siya. So what will be our equation? Our equation will be equal to S sub 2 equal to the quantity G2 L2 divided by G2 minus G sub 3, which is equal to G sub 2 plus 2h over L sub 2. That if we will be removing the parenthesis, G sub 2 will cancel, L will be a numerator, therefore S sub 2 now will be equal to G sub 2 L sub 2 square over 2h. So meron tayo ngayong dalawang value of a formula, dalawang formula. One is S sub 2, the other one is S sub 1. Ngayon, kailan nga ulit ginagamit itong S sub 1? Itong S sub 1 gagamitin natin kapag yung ating nakuhang G ay negative. Ang ibig sabihin itong G negative, yung kasing position ng lowest point or highest point is still on the left part of that highest point, of that point. Now, if we will be making use as the reference our point below the vertex, then we can establish where would be the location of the highest point. Kapag negative ang ating G sub 3, it is located on the left side of the vertex. Kapag positive ang ating G, it is located on the right side. So, gagamitin natin ngayon is S sub 2. At kapag 0, hindi natin kailangang computin pa yon sapagkat ang ating location ng highest point is exactly below the vertex or exactly at the stationing of the vertex. At siguro mas lalo nating maintindihan guys kapag mag-solve tayo ng isang sample problem, Kaya magpapakita tayo ng sample problem dito. It's all about unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curve. At narito yung problem. A back tangent having a slope of positive 6% is intersected by a forward tangent having a slope of negative 4% at station 1 plus 100 and elevation 150 meters. It is proposed to connect the two tangents by a parabolic curve having a height of 2.75. Due to some restrictions, the curve must have the highest elevation at station 1 plus 115. Under such condition, determine the following. Letter A, the elevation of the highest point. Letter B, stationing and elevation of the PVC. And stationing and elevation of the PVT. Siguro again makatutulong kung ating idodrawing muli yung ating unsymmetrical para actually hindi natin alam kung unsymmetrical ba pero we will be assuming that that is unsymmetrical because we don't know the lengths of the curve. If the lengths of the curve are equal on both sides, then we say that this is symmetrical. But if we don't know, then it would be unsymmetrical. Therefore, assume natin na dahil wala tayong idea of what is the curve, then let us imagine that L1 would not be equal to L sub 2. So let us try to draw the curve. Let's start with our given of 6% back tangent. So our back tangent may be drawn somewhere here. So you have the 6%. At this tip, so meron tayo ngayong another tangent that is given by a negative 4%. Sa mga tuwid, there will be another tangent that will be directed down to the right at a rate of negative 4%. So somewhere here, will be our forward tangent having a slope of negative 4%. Diba? At station, at station 1 plus 100, meaning this point of the vertical intersection of tangent is at station 1 plus 100. What else? And elevation 150 meters. The elevation of this is 150 meters. It is proposed to connect the two tangents by a parabolic curve having a height of 2.75. So let us now try to draw the curve having a height of 2.75. So let us imagine that we draw our point of vertical curvature somewhere here, and our point of vertical tangent somewhere here. So you have here our line joining. Halfway will be 2.75. So let us now try to draw our curvature. Curvature will run in this direction, diba? So this will be our 2.5, the height between the distance between the point of intersection at dito sa ating parabola. So what else? Due to some restriction, the curve must have the highest point or elevation at station 1 plus 115. So ipakita natin itong point na ito. Somewhere here, ito yung ating highest point at station 1 plus 115. Diba? So from there, we will be solving for the elevation of the highest point and stationing and elevation of the point of the vertical curvature. Okay? So mag-start tayo guys with defining the length. So imagine natin that this will be our L sub 1, which we do not know. This will be our L sub 2, we don't know also. This distance will be given kasi yung elevation stationing 1 plus 100 saka 1 plus 115. Asahan natin na ito ay ilan? 15 meters. And so we can compute, because this is the highest point, established na siya, located on the right side of the vertex. Sa makatuwid, this distance will be called as our S sub 2. And S sub 2 will be the difference between L sub 2 and 15. So that is equal to S sub 2 being equal to L sub 2 minus 15. Diba? So what shall we do then? Since we are given the location of the highest point at station 1 plus 115, so makatuwid, itong location na ito can be expressed in terms of S sub 2, hindi ba? And its location will be measured from the PVT. So that yung ating formula nagagamitin is equal to S sub 2 equal to G sub 2 L sub 2 square over 2H. Given dito yung ating H, given yung G sub 2. We are not given S sub 2. We are also given L sub 2. But we can find that S sub 2 is equal to L sub 2 minus 15. So if we will be substituting all those values, di ba? Including the value of the G2 and the H. So you will have L sub 2 minus 15 equal to 0.04, representing the slope of the forward tangent, multiplied by L sub 2 squared divided by twice of the height of the parabola. So if we will be simplifying it, and then cross multiplying and then simplifying, dividing I think by 0.04 on both sides, our equation becomes L sub 2 square minus 137.5 L sub 2 plus 2062.5 equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation, so we can use quadratic formula. So simplifying for that, we can solve for the length of the curve equal to 120.36. So yun yung ating length of the curvature. Sa makatuwid, makukuha na rin natin to, di ba? So alam natin yan. Kaya what shall we do then? May establish na natin agad yung length of our PVT, di ba? Paano ba? So the length of the PVT can be computed as the stationing pala. So the stationing of the PVT can be computed using stationing of the PBI plus the length of this curvature. Okay, substituting the value, what will be the stationing of the PVT? It will be equal to 1 plus 100 plus 120 being the length of the second curvature. Hence, our stationing of the PVT becomes equal to 1 plus 220.36. Diba? Similarly, from here, makukuha na rin natin yung elevation, diba, of the PVT. And how do we solve for the elevation? It will be equal to elevation of the PBI ito, minus G2L sub 2 representing the vertical distance between the PBI and the PVT. Diba? Kapag sinubstitute natin ngayon yung value, meron tayo ngayon 150 minus 0.04 times the quantity, 120.36. Hence, we can solve for the elevation of the PVT equal to 145.1856 meters. Pagkatapos, okay, how do we solve now for stationing and elevation of the PVC? Okay, pwede siya by solving for the length of the curvature on the left side of the vertex. And we know that this can be computed using the general formula of the different elements, or the relationship between the different elements na, okay, it is equal to H being equal to the product of G1 minus G2 times L1 multiplied by L2 divided by the quantity 2 times the quantity L1 plus L2. Okay, so if we are going to substitute the value, we shall have 2.75 equal to 0.06 minus negative 0.04 times L sub 1. L sub 1 is not known, multiplied by 120, which we just have computed a while ago, divided by 2 times L sub 1 plus 120.36. So this is now a simple equation where you can solve for L sub 1. Okay, L sub 1 therefore becomes equal to 101.28. Ngayon, pagkatapos nating masolve itong L sub 1 na ang value is 101.28, pwede natin masolve ang elevation ng PVC, stationing, by doing the same process as in the determination of the stationing of the PVT and elevation of the PVT. So, we'll just subtract from this stationing, this length to get the stationing of the PVC. And then we will be subtracting the elevation of from the elevation 150, the vertical distance between PVI and the PVC, which is the product of 6% multiplied by L sub 1. So I will not anymore show that, but rather I will show you the next computation, which is the computation for the elevation of the highest point. Diba? Yung elevation ng highest point ay na-define na dito, di ba? Na ang kanyang distance is S sub 2, which is equal to L sub 2 minus 15. And so, what we will just be needing is to establish this position, this point, and let us call this point as H sub P prime. So that the distance between H sub P prime and H sub P will be called as the offset Y sub H sub P. Na kung saan yung ating elevation ng HP will be the difference between the elevation of HP prime minus Y of HP. Na kung saan itong ating elevation ng HP prime will be equal to the elevation of the points of vertical intersection minus the vertical distance between the 2 points, and this is equal to point G sub 2 multiplied by 15. When G sub 2 is substituted with the value of 4%, then our elevation of HP prime becomes equal to 150 minus 0.04 times 15, and that gives us a value of 149.4. And then, masosolve natin yung ating Y sub H sub P, di ba? Using the squared property of the parabola, that is Y sub H sub P is to S sub 2 square is as H is to L sub 2 square. If we will be substituting the value of H, L sub 2, and that of S, whose S is equal to L sub 2 minus 15, therefore, we shall be able to solve for Y of H sub P. And Y of H sub P is equal to 2.53. Hence, if this will be now subtracted from the elevation of HP prime at 149.4, therefore our elevation of HP will be equal to 146.87 meters. Kaya guys, sa pamamagitan sana nitong aking ipinakitang halimbawa or example on the unsymmetrical vertical parabolic curves ay lalo ninyong naintindihan itong ating topic. Kaya ang suggestion ko guys ay patuloy nyo akong subaybayan sa ating discussions. Kaya subscribe so that you will be notified of our future uploads. Once again, thank you very much for watching.